My dear students, myself Suguna HG, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, GFGC and PG Center, Chintamani. In this video, I am presenting you few theorems and problems on linear dependent and independent vectors. Here we are going to discuss Theorem 1. If n vectors span a vector space V of F and R vectors are linearly independent, then n is greater than or equal to R. So this is theorem 1. Then theorem 2, the set x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, z1, z2, z3 of vectors of vector space V3R, means it is a 3-tupled set, is linearly dependent if and only if the determinant x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, z1, z2, z3 is equal to 0. And based on this, we are working problems. First one, show that the vectors 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0 and 0, 0, 1 are linearly independent. And then second one, show that the set of vectors 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0 and minus 1, 0, minus 1 is linearly dependent. And the third one, verify the set 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, is linearly dependent. So these three problems we are working based on the theorem 2. If the determinant of their coefficient vectors is equal to 0, then the given set of vectors is linearly dependent. If it is not equal to 0, then they are independent. Take one by one. Theorem 1. If n vectors span a vector space V of F and R vectors are linearly independent, then n is greater than or equal to R. Proof. Let S be a set of vectors, that is alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, so on, alpha n, spans V of F. V of F means this is a given vector space over the field F. And let us take T another set which is equal to beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, so on, beta 3b, linearly independent set. So two sets we have taken, that is S and T, and S spans V of F. Since S spans V, every vector of V can be expressed as a linear combination of vectors of S. See, V is the given vector space and we have taken the set S, it is a subset of V of course. And if S spans V, then every vector of V can be expressed as a linear combination of vectors of S. So in particularly, let us take beta 1 belongs to V. Then it can be expressed as a linear combination of vectors of S. When beta 1 belongs to V, since, see, in particularly, let us take the vector beta 1 belongs to V. Even it can also be expressed as a linear combination of vectors of S because S spans V. Then consider the set T1 is equal to beta 1, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, so on, alpha n is linearly dependent and there exists a vector alpha k belongs to T1. See, when alpha k belongs to T1, then since it is a linearly dependent and also we know that it can be expressed as a linear combination of its preceding vectors. We know that the vector alpha k is its preceding vector's linear combination. So alpha k can be expressed as the linear combination of its preceding vectors. Now let us delete alpha k in T1. Then we get S1 is equal to beta 1, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. See, alpha k we have deleted in T1. So alpha k is not present in S1. Then the next element alpha k minus 1, alpha k plus 1, so on alpha n, which is a linearly dependent and still spans V. And let us continue the process of deleting alphas and adding betas r times. That is, continue the above process of deleting one alpha and adding one beta r times. Then it is observed that the number of alphas are greater than or equal to the number of betas. Number of alphas are greater than or equal to betas. See how many alphas we have removed and how many betas we have included, which will be always greater than or equal. So that is n is greater than or equal to r. So by continuing the process of deleting one alpha and adding one beta r times, it is observed that the number of alphas are greater than or equal to number of betas. So that is n is greater than or equal to r. Hence the proof. Let S is equal to the set of vectors alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, so on alpha n spans V of f. And let us consider T is equal to beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, so on beta r be a linearly independent set. If S spans V, then every vector of V is expressed as a linear combination of the vectors of S. So in particularly, let us take one vector beta 1 belongs to V. It can be expressed as a linear combination of vectors of S. So consider T1 is equal to beta 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, so on alpha n. See, we have taken the beta 1 in the set T1. Alpha k belongs to T1, be any arbitrary element. Then it also can be expressed as a linear combination of its preceding vectors. Now let us delete alpha k in T1. So we get the set S1 is equal to beta 1, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, so on alpha k minus 1, alpha k plus 1, so on alpha n. Means excluding alpha k, we get S1 as beta 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, so on alpha k minus 1, alpha k plus 1, so on alpha n, which is linearly dependent and still spans V. So by continuing the process of deleting one alpha and adding one beta r times, so it is observed that the number of alphas are greater than or equal to number of betas. Therefore, the n is greater than or equal to r. Hence the proof. Theorem 2. The set of vectors x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, z1, z2, z3 of vectors of vector space V3 are is linearly dependent if and only if the determinant x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, z1, z2, z3 is equal to 0. See, here we have considered three tupled set. Let us take this set and prove that if the determinant is equal to 0, then they are linearly dependent. Proof. Let x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, z1, z2, z3 be linearly dependent vectors. Then there exist scalars c1, c2, c3, not all zeros by the definition of linearly dependent vectors. So all scalars are not equal to 0. Then the combination is as follows, that is C1 of x1, x2, x3 plus C2 of y1, y2, y3 plus C3 of Z1 comma Z2 comma Z3 is equal to 0. Take this as equation 1. Now, from the equation 1, the system of equation leads to the following system, that is, by multiplying first term with the C1, first term with the C2 and first term of this with the C3. So we get C1 x1 plus C2 y1 plus C3 z1 is equal to 0. All first elements with the constants we multiplied and added. That is the resultant equation. So C1 x1 plus C2 y1 plus C3 z1. Similarly, operating with the second elements, you get C1 x2 plus C2 y2 plus C3 z2 is equal to 0. Then the third element, we get C1 x3 plus C2 y3 plus C3 z3 is equal to 0. Now, this system of equations, if we solve, we will get the values of C1, C2, C3. Then we can know that the given system is linearly dependent or independent. If all C1, C2, C3s are 0, then it is linearly independent. If not all are zeros, then it is linearly dependent. This system of equations has non-trivial solution for C1, C2, C3 if and only if x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2, x3, y3, z3. If this matrix is singular, then this implies that the determinant of its transpose matrix means x1, y1, z1, the first row is taken as the first column, second row is second column, and the third row is third column. So, if and only if the determinant of this is equal to 0, then the given vectors are dependent. Okay, see, it will have a non-trivial solution if the matrix is singular. The matrix coefficient matrix is singular. That is x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2, x3, y3, z2 is singular. Means its transpose is equal to, determinant is equal to 0. Because the determinant of A is nothing but the determinant of the matrix of A power of t. Okay, so by taking this one, we prove that x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, z1, z2, z3's determinant is equal to 0. Now based on this, let us work out few problems. The example 1, show that the vectors 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1 and 0, 0, 1 are linearly independent. See, by the previous result, if the determinant is equal to 0, then they are linearly dependent. Now, let us take the determinant of these vectors, that is, the first element 1, 0, 0, let it be the first row, then second element 0, 1, 0, that is second row, and third row 0, 0, 1. So, when you find the determinant 1 into 1 minus 0 and remaining all terms 0, so which is equal to 0. So, the determinant of the given vectors is not equal to 0. Hence, the given vectors are linearly independent. Then take up the second problem. Show that the set 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, minus 1, 0, minus 1 is linearly dependent. So, to show that it is linearly dependent, its determinant must be equal to 0. Now, let us take up all the first terms as a first column, 1, 1, minus 1. So, it is first column, then 0, 1, 0, second column, then 1, 0, minus 1 as the third column. See, this determinant we can find, or we can simplify and get the result easily. By operating with the elementary row operations, R2 is equal to R2 minus R1. So the leading element will become 0. Then R3 also, you take R1 plus R3. So this element becomes 0. So by having the elementary row operations, the matrix reduces to 1 0 1, first row as it is, second row 0 minus 1 1, because we have subtracted R2 minus R1. So that is the second row, and third row R3 plus R2, which is equal to 0 1 minus 1. Then further we can simplify this. R3 also, R3 plus R2, if we do, the second element of the third row becomes 0. So which will give us R3 implies R3 plus R2. So 1 0 1, second row as it is, 0 minus 1 1. Then third row, when you add R2 and R3, this is element is 0, 1 minus 1 is also 0. Now you see the determinant of these vectors, that is equal to 0. 1 into 0 minus 0, 0 into 0, and 1 into 0. So which is nothing but 0. Now the determinant of the given vectors is equal to 0. So we get it as a linearly dependent vectors. Hence the given set of vectors is linearly dependent. See, in the previous problem the determinant was equal to 1. Therefore it is linearly independent, and here the determinant is equal to 0. Hence it's linearly dependent. Then one more problem we will work out. Verify the set of vectors 1 0 0, 1 1 0 and 1 1 1 is linearly independent. Now take up the coefficient determinants transpose. Actually we are considering here 1 1 1, first term as first column, and second term 0 1 1, that is second column. Then third element 0 0 1, that is third column. So directly we can evaluate 1 into 1 minus 0, and remaining all zeros is equal to 1. So the determinant of this matrix is equal to 1. Hence the given set is linearly independent. So we understood that the determinant of the given vectors is equal to 0, then the given vectors are linearly dependent. If not, they are linearly independent. Thank you.